Peace and strength. Now, still on the subject of the human being, you have to know who you are to know what to do. How can you know what to do when you don't know who you are? See, the human being is not a complete being. The human being is just the physical part of you. You are part life and part physical. The key is, how do you get it all to work as one? Should life have to be obedient to the physical order by being used in everything that the physical desired to be? Because when by the time the physical get to be everything that a human being can be, life is still unknown. Because surely the human being is not a light. And regardless of what it does, it will not be a light because it's just a flesh with intelligence that can only do what flesh with intelligence can do. See, it is life in you that is unlimited. See, your human is the powerless. Just like a toy on the shelf, it's the powerless. The battery is the power. The toy can only go as far as the battery will allow it. The battery run out, the toy stops. When the battery is inserted into the toy can only drain the battery because the toy depends upon the battery to provide its power over electric. But then created things are the same way. Created things are powerless things. Just like certain batteries have to be certain voltage for toys to function, then certain creatures and humans and certain creatures has to be certain measure of light to display that particular measure of darkness, because all physical things are darkness. Because when you observe the two, light and the physical, separate, then life is still the light that is invisible to you yet is everywhere, and the created thing is just a lifeless thing. See? So you have life and life's opposition together as one, then you have the living dead. See? You're not dead and you're not life either. So now you got to find out how to make that work. So when your physical has the power and the life has to be sacrificed to allow itself to yield to the capability of the physical activity. Because the light is greater than anything you can use it to be. See? So the light is there because whole light will blot you out when you're in that particular state. That is why the whole light of life waits beyond darkness for you, and the sacrificial light of life, it enables you the power and the intelligence, which is light, to gradually become a light. So to avoid being dysfunctional, you got to learn how to become whole, agreeable in every level. So now, when you're the human being, you are physically and mentally aligned with material, and life is drained totally into that. But when you awaken a life child, now here it is key that you recognize this, because you will say, well, we can't be lights. You know that there is a light in you. And you know you don't know exactly what it is. You have given it a name and you have given it a title. The key is knowing exactly what the light is. When you know what the light is, then you are awakened to the truth. Because when you don't know that life is light in you, that means your head is absent the knowledge of life. You don't know what it is, yet you use it for every move that you make. See? So when your head awakens to life, you are the head of life on the body of life. You are one. That makes sense. You have awakened as one. When you are the human being, you're the head of death on the body of life, because where life is absent, you have death. So when your head is absent the knowledge of life, you are the head of death on the body of life. So your head can relate to things you destroy life to make as valuables. Kill a tree, convert it, turn it into money. Take life from the animals and market them as coats, hats, and shoes and food. In the name of progress, destroy your air, your water, and all the things vital to your health. because you don't respect life. Your creator give you that. When he give you life, he give you himself, because light is only one. See, a light is just one whole brightness. Therefore, the truth cause is transparent through and through. So when life breathes, it can only breathe itself, because breathing is personal. It comes from within. So to become whole, rather than to be physically and mentally aligned with material and just use life into that, you have to agree with the real part of yourself, therefore being physically and mentally aligned with life, shutting down your physical weaknesses and vices, and clearing from your mental all of life's adversities. To make your system life obedient. Life is the light. Obey the light by blotting out darkness. The truth is all light. So the way to truth is to know what the light is in you and use it to blot out your darkness, and more you become a growing light. So being a life child is different than being the human being. The human being diminishes the quality and the value of life, wherein when you awaken to life, you increase the quality and the value of life, because you're searching for the things about yourself that are adverse to life so you can clear them out, rendering life more and more valuable. So the more valuable means the more richer the light increase. See, this is how the truth works. When you have a light in you, identify and use it. You're using life for every move you make, and through the generations you have used life for everything except what life is. So when you're using something real and being all the false things that it can be, I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, with life, you can do all things. See, you're just choosing all the things that life is not to be. When you choose to use life as what it is, a light, then you will use it to search within yourself for everything about you that's adverse to the light life. When you know what the light is, then you look at the things about yourself that's adverse to life. Anguish, misery, hatred, animosity, loss, deception, all the shrewd, clever, cunning ways, strategies, and tactics. None of those ways have a reality without life. You have to invest life in the anger for it to be a reality. Misery, hatred, and etc. Life is the only power in the universe. Haven't you noticed that? Your creator give that. It's the only infinite road. Only the light itself, the whole light, is infinite. Therefore, life reaches from the whole light into every plant, animal, and human. Nothing less than infinite can reach the infinite state. So life is the road from the infinite to everything, and the return road to the infinite one, because the infinite one and life is one and the same. That which is real is not one thing that's going to breathe another, because it's just one. So light is one whole brightness. What light breathes is itself. That is what made you the image of the light, because your physical was light obedient when you were created, because it was a pure day. There was no physical reality at that time. When you gradually became more and more physical, that is when you took on a journey of the sunlight, dimming your light more and more, because the more physical you become, the dimmer your light. When you fall completely to the material side, your light is out. You are the night, because you emit a limited lights not capable of blotting out darkness. There's a lot of wisdom within the human race. You all have some intelligence. That's light. But you don't have enough intelligence in totality to blot out darkness. You're just like the many limited lights in the night sky. You don't know how to blot out the dark. You're like the moon. You would quote and reflect the light of the setting sun. This chapter said, or this one said. But that gives you more visibility in the night, but it won't blot out the dark. You have to wake up and be lights to blot out the dark. You have to wake up to know the light in you and use it as a light. A life child awakens and restores light by clearing away the measures of darkness. The human being can only reduce the light. So you go further and further into darkness. See, now life as a whole is faint. You are reaching your end as a human race, because you're only strong as the quality of life, and life is faint. See, so you're going to have to awaken and start restoring it. because